We live in a capitalist, racist, savage system where the strongest prevail over the weak. That's why there is so much cruelty. Somebody can be lying down here begging, having no food. Others are driving 1 million cars. Nobody's going to bring you nothing. Africans must organize themselves to tell the European we don't want to be under you. We must take back control of our economy, natural resources, and we don't want to speak your languages because we are the majority. We're going to put an African language. We're going to put... It's the government. If I become president, let me take an example. If I become president, let's say even before I become president, my political party has a policy, a plan. The plan is Europeans have illegal dominance over us because we're people of our own. We're supposed to relate to them on equal basis. That means we are supposed to relate to them like Pakistanis relate to us. It is racism when they dominate us. When I'm trying to end the racism, I'm a good guy.
You're not ending the racism. You're saying that
I end the dominance over us. Now, if you say ending the dominance over us is gonna change them, that's not my business. I'm saying, as a political party, I say we are a people of our own. Brown Africans, known as black people. We are supposed to relate to every race in this world on equal basis, like we relate to Pakistanis. Pakistanis are people like Europeans.
I don't relate to Pakistanis.
I'm saying Africans.
I think that.
No, I'm not talking about you. Generally, as a people, that means the government relate to Pakistan. The government represent the people.
Who are you? Who are your followers? What are you?
He asked me a question, how to solve it, right? Or how to do that. I'm answering him. So relax. This is a plan that nobody can stop because it's logic. Not even the devil can come from hell can stop it because this is logic. Stopping dominance of a different race against us is our right. Nobody, no judge, no God, no what, nobody can stop it. It's our right. That means, as a political party, as a movement, what we do is we say we have a policy. European people are people of their own. We brown Africans are people of our own. We're gonna stop the dominance of us. That means the language, the identity we have, the culture we have, we're gonna bring it to an end. Through policies, the government gonna implement. We're gonna take back control for economy and natural resources because what we consume, we have to produce it ourselves. What it means is the plan is gonna be, okay, we remove. Let's take an example.
Remove French.
No, let me take an example. Let me take an example. I'm in Gambia. I'm the president of Gambia, or let's say of Kenya, right? I'm gonna remove English as the main language of communication, and we put an African language. Obviously, it's a process. You don't do it the first day. You do it over 10, 15 years. That means you set up a Ministry of African Languages. You document the language, and then you put it first. That strips us already European grip over our brain. Secondly, language convey culture. That means with the language comes African names back as the pillar of our lives. We're not imposing our names on them, we're putting it on ourselves, but because we are the majority, they have to live under our language that has established as a nation. And then second, we nationalize the natural resources, which means the diamond and stuff we nationalize so that we get the bigger share, so that the wealth comes to us.
Yes, so the black people can screw it
up.
I'm
representing our interests. I'm not a European, they can represent the interests. Each people must represent the interests anyway. I can't be defending them, they must defend themselves. That means I nationalize the natural resources and I nationalize the key sector of the economy. The men's engine, like the shop price, the whatever, nationalize them. So I make sure that Africans have majority ownership of the economy, of the land proportionate to the population size. You understand? I'm not going to talk about learning because we are learning nothing from them. We have doctors, we have engineers, but we are still not moving forward. I'm changing the order. That means I'm changing the order. And if I want to learn something, I'm not going to learn from those who call us baboon or kafir. I'm going to learn from Chinese who have the same technology that I'm making. That means I rather learn from somebody who has no history of oppression over me than to learn from somebody who has oppression on me. You understand? So it's a policy. In the current order where everything remains about European, we as a people will always suffer. In China, why are people not suffering? Because the majority is not suffering because the people, everything is about Chinese. So in England, why are people not suffering? Because everything is about England. But you come to Africa, everything is about European. Which means we will suffer. For us not to suffer, everything must be about Africans because we are the majority. So it means the dominance is oppression, is illegal, and we have the right to end it. It means if you have the good idea, if you research those ideas, you set up a political party, you speak to the people logically, you vote us, we're going to remove English. It's our legitimate right. We're the majority, we are home. We have to put our language. You vote us, we're going to nationalize this. And we do it. But because they control our mind through the media, through the schools, many Africans can't speak like this because you can only speak what you know. And if you have not learned that, you can't speak this. And this is the only way we as a people can get out of poverty. Those who think they're learning from European, it's just the same what they call monkey brain. We have the image of inferior. It's not our fault. They put it out. We have the image of inferior. In 2014, the whole of an entire race is feeling ashamed of itself. Nobody sees something wrong with it. It says learning from those who call themselves superpower. How did they become superpower? What are we benefiting from them? If they manufacture clothing, if they manufacture shoes, it's theirs, it's not ours. If they sell, we buy. It's a business. If they don't want to sell, they keep it. Chinese gonna sell, Indians gonna sell. So you can't say, I have to buy, I must buy in front of you because I'm buying what you are selling. No, I'm giving you money, I'm making you a favor. It is me, that's why they say the client is a king. So what they make is theirs, it's not ours. We have to stand for our interests. We are not fighting, we are not trying to oppress nobody, but we just tell them, hello baby, no, sorry. We're just telling them, hello people, we will remove your illegal dominance over us. We're gonna make you zero. This is our right, man. That's why you must know that EFF is speaking, EFF is not speaking exactly like me, but they have a positive, I'm more radical because I'm speaking about removing their language. I'm speaking about putting them the same way we relate to Pakistani. That means zero in our lives, just like we are zero in their lives. And if somebody said this is racist, then is not thinking, because racist is when they make us view them as superior, they're dominating us. That's racist. We're supposed to relate to them like Pakistanis or like Japanese or like Chinese. We don't speak Japanese language, we don't speak Chinese language, we don't view Chinese every day on TV. This is how we're supposed to relate to them. This is how we can stop poverty and backwardness. The premise, the system is owned by them, and that's why we're suffering. And some of us gonna do what it takes to end this shame and this low life. I grew up being felt like we were inferior, even feeling ashamed of my own language, and just to wake up that these people have put us in a system where they're putting things in our brains to feel like donkeys. They write everything about us, and because you can only speak what you've learned, right? Then you're repeating them like a parrot. That's why when you ask many people here, what do you think about Mugabe? Mugabe is an evil man because they have watched SABC, and SABC has supplied them British news, because SABC get almost all its news of Zimbabwe from Reuters. Reuters is a British news agency.
Because Zimbabwe doesn't allow.
So we just parrot. We say European dominance over us is a crime against humanity. There are people like us, they should not dominate us. We should be equals. We must not speak the language if they don't speak our language. We must not have the names. It is our right as a people. That means a good leadership can bring that. That means if me, I make it on the top.
Mugabe is right.
Mugabe is soft. Mugabe is soft. He still have. Imagine Mugabe has a name Robert, but going to the English Parliament or into the English political system, nobody got a Shona or Debele name there. So what kind of relationship? It's like Mugabe still worshiping them. So that means he's very soft.
But he says he doesn't like words.
I'm saying, but like I'm telling you, we are unconscious. Many of us. You might think because we are totally mentally. Mentally imprisoned. That means you might be opposing them, but you don't even know that their language, like English, is giving them power over us. You need to raise your consciousness level to a higher level.
But it's still like, let's say, it's not his problem that he got a name like Robert. It wasn't his fault.
I agree, it's not his fault. But now, the premier is, why do we generally see them as superior, the European? There is many aspects. There is the fact that we have their names, we don't have our names. Because your brain is like that. Your brain grows and says, okay, I'm maybe, let's say, Ndebele, or I'm Sutu. Okay, you know you got Sutu names, but then you realize you have an English name, but those English people never have Sutu names. Automatically your brain conclude. You won't tell your brain, oh, they are better. That's why we have their names, we don't have our names. So a conscious person gonna say, okay, why do we have their names generally, but they never have a name? Oh, then he's gonna realize that our society is about them. The language, their names. That means you have to change the order. You don't change that means I start by changing my name because that is what it happened, but I also change the order. I remove the language from the system. It's not allowed to be in the system anyway. It stripped our people right. Then, from removing the language, I put a policies that promote African names by putting on TV, on the pamphlets, when the women give birth, we put it all over the women rooms there, you know. We put competition for African names. We run a whole campaign that's gonna restore African.
You ever imagine, like, if you remove the European thing to show,
European language and stuff, yeah.
And put it in your language.
And not only the language, also the educational content they have posed gonna be erased, because it is all part of the package that keeps our minds clogged. That's why we view them as superior. It's not only the language, it's language, media, educational content. Any information that they have brought has to be removed, and we build.
How are you going to build something like this on your own?
Okay, good point. Right now, 50, let's say, if you even take South Africa, 50 years into things, Africans are producing almost nothing.
It's not like I'm saying Africans are done.
I'm talking about brown Africans. 50 years, 20 years something, Africans are producing nothing. The rest of Africa, 54 years, they are producing nothing. What it means is, even while we are using European languages and we have their names, we are still unproductive. And actually, why are we unproductive is because Europeans have a history of slavery and colonialism and apartheid, which is oppression. They have built their progress on our pain. They own us. Now, what they have imposed as information in our brain through school, through the language, right, is just to make us mere monkeys in a way. That means we think we are moving forward, but we are not. So the only way